Somewhere in the universe, a star collapses. Its death is sudden, violent, and absolute. In a fraction of a second, gravity wins its final battle, crushing matter into a singularity or a neutron core so dense that the laws of physics themselves begin to bend. What follows is not silence, but eruption, a release of energy so extreme that it briefly dominates the surrounding cosmos. A gamma-ray burst is born, a beam of radiation, tighter than a laser and brighter than a galaxy, tears through space at nearly the speed of light. It does not spread gently. It cuts. It pierces. It ignores distance, darkness, and time. For a few seconds, it becomes one of the most powerful events the universe can produce. And somewhere far away, a small blue planet continues to orbit its star, alive. Gamma-ray bursts are the universe's most efficient destroyers, but they are also indifferent. They do not hunt planets. They do not seek life. They simply erupt, and whatever lies in their path must endure or perish. If Earth were caught directly in one of these beams, the outcome would depend not on heroics or technology, but on planetary-scale defenses forged long before humans existed. Earth's survival would be decided not in seconds, but in chemistry, physics, and time. The story of surviving a gamma-ray burst is not about escaping catastrophe. It is about absorbing it. Gamma radiation is unlike any force humans evolved to sense. It has no color, no smell, no warning. It passes through flesh and bone, damaging DNA, scrambling cellular machinery, and leaving destruction that unfolds invisibly. In open space, this radiation is merciless. Astronauts outside Earth's protection would receive fatal doses within moments. Spacecraft electronics would fail. Any unshielded biology would be reduced to molecular chaos. But Earth is not exposed. The planet's atmosphere begins its work long before danger reaches the ground. Hundreds of kilometers above the surface, gamma rays collide with sparse molecules of nitrogen and oxygen. Each collision steals energy from the radiation, converting it into showers of secondary particles. The original beam fractures, disperses, weakens. This is not a shield that blocks. It is a system that transforms. Energy is broken apart, redirected, and absorbed. What remains is no longer the concentrated violence that left the dying star. The sky takes the first blow. Yet this sacrifice is not without consequence. As gamma rays disrupt atmospheric molecules, they alter chemical balances that took millions of years to stabilize. Nitrogen oxides form and spread, catalyzing the destruction of ozone. This process does not explode, it accumulates. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass. Sunlight becomes harsher. Ultraviolet radiation, once filtered safely by ozone, begins to reach the surface in greater intensity. This is where the real danger lies, not in the gamma-ray burst itself, but in its aftermath. Plants experience reduced photosynthesis. Crop yields decline. Forest canopies thin. In the oceans, phytoplankton, tiny organisms that form the base of marine ecosystems, suffer massive stress. Because phytoplankton produce much of Earth's oxygen, their decline ripples outward. Fish populations falter. Food webs strain. Entire ecosystems wobble. The damage is not instantaneous. It is systemic. Yet even here, Earth's resilience reveals itself. Ozone is not a finite resource. It regenerates through natural chemical cycles driven by sunlight and atmospheric motion. Over years, sometimes decades, the balance begins to return. Life does not wait passively for safety. It adapts. Plants evolve UV resistance. Animals migrate. Species that cannot cope disappear, making room for those that can. This is not cruelty, it is continuity. Extinction, in Earth's history, has never meant emptiness. Deep beneath the surface, life continues almost untouched. In the oceans, water absorbs ultraviolet radiation efficiently. At depths of just a few meters, conditions remain stable. Farther down, near hydrothermal vents, life exists independent of sunlight altogether. In caves, soil, and rock, microbes endure. Seeds remain dormant. Fungi persist. Life retreats into refuges shaped by evolution precisely for moments like this. Earth does not rely on a single form of life. It spreads risk across billions of species. Above all of this, Earth's magnetic field works quietly, guiding charged particles away from the surface. While gamma rays themselves ignore magnetism, the particle showers they create do not. The magnetosphere bends these secondary threats, reducing radiation exposure and limiting damage to living tissue. It is not a force field. It is a guide, a subtle hand redirecting chaos. If humans were alive during such an event, most would never know it occurred. There would be no flash in the sky, no sound, no immediate catastrophe. Only later would signs emerge: satellite failures, disrupted communications, strange atmospheric readings. Years later, increased UV exposure would reveal itself through ecological stress and health effects. Civilization would be challenged, but not erased. Survival would depend on cooperation, adaptation, and time, traits humanity already possesses. Earth's advantage becomes clearer when compared to its neighbors. Mars, stripped of most of its atmosphere, lies exposed to cosmic radiation. A gamma-ray burst striking Mars would deliver far more energy directly to the surface. Any remaining life there would struggle to survive. Venus, with its dense atmosphere but lacking a magnetic field and ozone layer, presents a different vulnerability. Earth occupies a narrow, rare balance point. Thick atmosphere, active geology, magnetic shielding, and biological oxygen production working together. This balance is not guaranteed elsewhere. Timing matters too. Gamma-ray bursts were more common in the early universe, when massive stars formed frequently. Earth arose during a quieter cosmic era, in a calm region of the Milky Way far from the crowded galactic core. Our planet's survival is shaped by where and when it exists. Habitability is not just planetary, it is cosmic. Modern observatories watch gamma-ray bursts constantly. Satellites record their arrival from across the universe. There is no warning system for Earth because none is needed. A gamma-ray burst cannot be outrun. It cannot be intercepted. It cannot be negotiated with. And yet, Earth remains. Even in the most extreme scenario, a nearby, perfectly aligned gamma-ray burst, total sterilization is unlikely. The atmosphere may suffer severe damage. Ozone may vanish temporarily. Life would retreat underground and underwater. Recovery would be slow, measured in millennia, but possible. Earth has survived asteroid impacts, global glaciations, supervolcanoes, and cosmic radiation before. Gamma-ray bursts are another test, not a final verdict. Every layer of the planet participates in survival. The core generates magnetism. The mantle renews the surface. The oceans store heat and life. The atmosphere absorbs violence. Biology adapts. Remove one layer and survival weakens. Remove several and it fails. Earth endures because all layers remain intact. The sky above us is not empty. It is active. It is working. Every molecule that absorbs radiation, every reaction that rebuilds ozone, Every organism that adapts afterward contributes to a planetary defense system refined over billions of years. We do not see this protection. We live inside it. Gamma ray bursts remind us that the universe is not gentle. It is capable of extraordinary destruction, delivered silently across unimaginable distances. Earth survives not because the universe is safe, but because the planet is prepared. Above us, the atmosphere stands unseen, absorbing the fury of dying stars so that life below can continue, unaware of how close catastrophe always is. And beneath that sky, humanity persists, not because we are shielded by chance, but because we inhabit one of the universe's rare worlds that learned, long ago, how to endure.